Okay, so to set up appointment reminder emails and SMS notifications around our email invites, discovery calls, etc., all we have to do is, once we've logged into the dashboard here on your account, is to click on the automations tab on the left-hand sidebar. Now in here, what we want to do is create a new workflow and then go ahead and click start from scratch. This is now going to load up the automations builder where we can start building this automation. So first we want to add a trigger. And now the trigger we want to add is a customer booked appointment trigger. So this is underneath appointments under the trigger menu. So if we click on customer booked appointment, now if we leave this blank and click save, this is going to cover all meetings, all calendars, and all appointments. But if we want to narrow it down to a single individual calendar, what we can do is add a filter. So to do that, click on the add filter option right here underneath the customer booked appointment. And once this loads, click on the menu and then click on the in calendar option. Next, it's going to load up another box. If you click on that, it's going to allow us to select the calendar that we want to filter to. And now if we click save, we've now set up a trigger for a customer booked appointment specifically on a specific calendar. Next, what we want to do is to add a wait step. So to do that, click on the plus icon underneath the trigger and then scroll down in the menu until you see the wait step underneath internal. So if we click on wait, what we can now do is this time delay option here. If we click on this drop down menu, it's going to give us a couple of different options for us to choose from. What we're looking for is the event appointment time, wait until, before or after event start time, or appointment time. Click on this. And now you can see that we can set up a wait step that will be personalized and individual to every single customer appointment booked from the trigger, and will either wait before, after, or an exact time as to when we want to set this around the original appointment. So in this case, let's say I want to set before and I want to wait for an hour before the meeting. I would change the 0 under hours to 1. And same thing applies here for months, days, hours, and minutes. If you wanted to wait a day, you could add 1. 2 days, add 2. If you wanted to wait 2 minutes, you could add 2 under minutes. And if you wanted to wait a month, you could change months to 1. And next you see we have an option here of, if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how should the contact proceed? So I would usually recommend just keeping this on skip all outbound communications. This is essentially saying that, for example, if I set my automation so that the prospect gets sent an email and SMS 1 hour before the appointment, but if a prospect actually books a call and within the time of them booking and the call taking place, there isn't a full hour, then what it's going to do is it's not going to run through all the automations. It's just going to skip all outbound communications. So I would leave this as skip. And then if everything else looks good to you, go ahead and click on save action. Next now is to actually add an SMS for the reminder. So what we want to do is add another step underneath wait. So click on the plus icon underneath wait. And then on the list here on the right hand side, go ahead and find this send SMS action. This is underneath communication right here, send SMS. If you click on this, it will now open up a new menu. We can select the action name, we can select a template, or we can just go ahead and type in our SMS right here in the text box. We also have the option to add any files or test a phone number and test a text message down here. However, this looks good to me, so I'll go ahead and click on save action. And finally, if you wanted to add an email notification or an email reminder, you would repeat the steps for SMS, but for email. So to do this, go ahead and click on the plus icon under SMS. Go ahead and find the send email action. Click on this. And then in here, you can now see that we can set an email from a template, or we can go ahead and type in an email and customize our appointment email for ourselves in the message text box. Once you've filled in all this information and it looks good, go ahead and click on save action. And now you can see we have an email action inside of our automation. So what we've done now is we've created an automation here where the trigger is based off of a specific calendar booked appointment by customers. We've set up a personalized wait step that is going to wait 1 hour before each appointment booked. And then on that hour, it's then going to send an SMS reminder and it's going to send an email reminder to the prospect. Finally, what you want to do is just go ahead and rename your workflow. So for organizational purposes, you can keep track of it. And then finally, if you want to test your workflow, click on test workflow, or if you're ready for this to go live, go ahead and click on publish and then click on save. And so that is how you set up personalized SMS and email appointment reminders for calendar invites, discovery calls, and much more. Hope this tutorial helped. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to our team and we'll be more than happy to help.